You know what's heartwarming about the fact that Jeff Weaver, Bernie Sanders' campaign manager, is a Twitter trend? Is that it means that people are politically engaged, that they're talking about the 2016 presidential race, and they're paying attention to such detail that they would watch MSNBC, where Weaver was, and take note of the fact that he said that the Sanders campaign will fight until, what is this? The end. I'm reading on Twitter here. Sanders campaign, undaunted by a New York loss, will fight to the end. And Jeff Weaver basically got on there with Steve Kornacki and looked in Kornacki's face into the mouth of Kornacki and said, look, we're going to contest every delegate and go right to the end. In other words, they're not going to concede the race to Clinton. Wow. How's that for a scorched earth policy? Because you have to think about what they're going to do, they being the Sanders campaign, in their effort to get delegates to switch. Will they go negative? They have to. Will they go more negative? Because Sanders already went negative. The bottom line is that negative strategy didn't work for Sanders in New York, where he lost by 16 points in the New York primary. That's right, 42.7% to 57.7% for Hillary Clinton, who was senator there for 8 years. The Sanders people are absolutely shocked, flabbergasted, angry. They're undoubtedly emboldened by the news that 126,000 voter names were removed from Brooklyn alone, leading to a hue and cry of unprecedented proportions regarding the improprieties, allegedly, that were attached to this election. In other words, they're saying this shit's rigged. Some people. I'm not. Allegedly saying that. Well, they're saying that it is, but it's alleged to have been that. You get the idea. It doesn't look good. The big question mark now is, what will the Sanders campaign do next? And as I noted in my previous video, in order to win outright, in order to get the 2026 delegates that the Sanders campaign needs to win, they would have to win each remaining primary by an average of 62% of the vote. And with each primary they lose, the higher that percentage goes up. I haven't calculated by what, but that's the way it looks, folks. Scorched earth, good for the Democratic Party. Independents out there looking at this. Donald Trump's on his way to a victory. If we're not careful, well, you know.